Hey people, Injured here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Catrian Purification Plant and Chaos Space Marines versus Eldar. For the Blue Chaos team, Corona-chan is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, alongside Zeno's Chaos Lord, durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. And rounding off this team, Yazoul Samaiel with a Plague Champion, starts off in ranged combat with the damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support. The Thousand Suns elite scheme here. Red Eldar Corr is a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting hero, fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing, some powerful control. This is the Exarch's elite scheme, alongside Taneli, also rocking the Exarch's elite scheme with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. We're going to see him leap in a second. There he goes. Oh, he didn't target the CSM though. And rounding off the teams, Endor's Farseer, a support hero fighting in melee, some powerful buffs and control. Doom bolts all hit those Banshees pretty good. They're going to be in trouble here, running right into a Doom Blast. I think they're going to be okay because Heretic pistols are so bad and the Sorcerer can't teleport after them. Getting in amongst the Dire Avengers though. Bad fight very early on for Endor. I think they're going to be pushed back by the full health CSM here. Sorcerer also hasn't really been touched and lost some models along the way there. Meanwhile, Eldar though pushing through the mid. Oh, Corr has already lost their Howling Banshees. In here somewhere, look at this. It's a big old Heretic melee brawl, I guess, but the Heretics did also go down. CSM lost a lot of health there. I guess the Banshees got on them, and maybe they forced melee alongside the Heretics. These Dire Avengers barely getting away. A messy engagement on that west side. Grenades going in on the Chaos Lord. Dire Avengers got the decap. Well played by Taneli very early on. We got Havocs on the way for Corona-chan and for Yazoul Samaiel. Did they not get onto power then? They didn't touch the power. They didn't go for this decap either. Perhaps they should have over here. Corona-chan. Heretics have been reinforced. Generator being built. Havocs will lock down this side pretty well. Might need some rangers up to get through them because it's quite narrow here. Heretics noped out of this surprise party that was being planned by the Eldar. Tried to get the decap on the VP, I guess. These CSM are very low. It's always dangerous to be around that low when there's Banshees around that can flank you and chop you up pretty good. Double CSM here for Yazoul Samaiel and Havocs. No sign of replacing those Heretics yet. No sign of any war gear either for the Warlock there. Guardian weapon team on the field for Endor. Any of you guys have war gear? Combi Flamer on the way for Zeno's Chaos Lord. Popular choice against, well, pretty much everyone really. But can peel off Eldar models pretty damn effectively. Warlock leaping onto the Havocs, but there's more Havocs there. He's going to go down, I think. It's a lot of bolt gun fire to deal with, and down they go. Plague Champion helping there with his damage of a time bolt gun, which was nerfed in 295. That was a good grenade. The damage of a time portion of the Plague Champion's default bolt gun was nerfed by 20% in 295, which is live now, by the way. Go check it out. Which is upsetting to Grandfather Nurgle. I'm not sure what I don't think there was a note in the update notes about why. Perhaps they thought it was just too effective against like retreating light infantry and heroes and stuff. Heretics here with an aspiring champion for Zeno. Farseer has been caught. You see that terrifying low rumble of the Combi Flamer. That 31 DPS piercing as he chases stuff around. Look at that. Look at the damage it did to the Farseer there. Doom bolts on the Guardian weapon team makes it back off, and the Havocs are edging forward. There's a Heretic for those aspiring champion for those Heretics is what I meant to say. Got a fair amount of XP this Chaos Lord already. Warlock is still down. Plague Champion taking Ranger shots he doesn't appreciate. When they get the decap though, Rangers are kind of support / utility snipers. Can do some damage for you from range, but they can also set up attacks for you with their disruption and their infiltration. It's on the power. Doom bolts onto the Rangers of Endor here. Double Rangers for Corr. Can they break out? Infiltrated Havocs. There's the heavy bolter action. Everything gets suppressed. The Chaos Sorcerer just consumed a Heretic there to get some energy back. Another Doom Bolts flies out. Farseer somehow gets in on the Havocs. That was pretty amazing. Gets a special attack too. Chaos Lord trying to help, but is turned away. Don't want you here, said the Eldar. Protecting the power. They are protecting the power. Meanwhile, west side, some Nurgle worship. CSM getting very low. Rangers picking them apart. Both of these squads with Eternal War. You can tell with the plus icon and also the little insignia graphics around their guns and their hands. Gives them 20% more damage, both melee and ranged combat. That Warp Spider is a goner, I think. Oh, maybe not. Double CSM are forced to retreat. Can the Heretics get him? They can. Plague Champion levels as he was down on the floor there. Was trying to get his mucus discharge for a heal, I guess, and just couldn't get it going fast enough before a ranger shot him in the face. And his jaw is already hanging off, guys. I don't need to shoot him more in the face. Warlock with the Immolator on the field now for Taneli. Can set the ground on fire, also sets enemies on fire on hit, which is quite handy. Fire, handy. Farseer with the Spirit Stones here. Looks like they have broken out of their power at least. Guardian Weapon Team sets up. Tier 2 all round, aside from Endor and Yazoul Samaiel, who did replace the Heretics as we saw. They have an aspiring champion and everything. Warlock's going to get a revive here. Is he reviving? We're not getting the graphic for it. I don't know what he's up to. 478 to 365 though. They've taken down the node. They did not try to push the power there. Doom Bolts, painful for the Banshees still. If you're not in cover, it's going to really hurt. Especially as if you're caught while you're moving, which is when units tend to bunch up more. Sigil of the Rift, causing problems for the Rangers, and the Banshees got in there, forcing a double retreat. Well played by Corona Channels. This Heretics have found a gaggle of Dire Avengers and make them run away. West side, that was the Destructor going in. Still hasn't revived the Warp Spider. What's going on? Is there some kind of bug? Looks like maybe they're trying again. Maybe they thought they were reviving, but they weren't. Grenade goes in. It's a good one. Killed a Heretic and a Chaos Space Marine. They're trying. There we go. There's the revive. Warp Spider's back to his feet. Already shooting stuff before he stood up. Chaos Lord goes for a revive on the Plague Champion. Has the health to pull it off. I think there's the Immolate. CSM having to move out of that. That is flame DPS, right? It's nothing weird. Yeah. Flame damage. Big old retreat there. By Yazoul. The Chaos Lord's going to take the VP back. East side, 2 shrines from Corona Chan. That's a lot of Doom Bolts potentially. Wonder if we'll see a big flank attempt from Endor in around the back here. Heretics dealt with. Howling Banshees get their aspiring champion. Get their Exarch. She's got a spear. What about these ladies? No aspects for those guys yet. Grenade is dodged. Yes. And they can try and get into melee combat with Dire Avengers, and they knew it, so they ran away. Here is a Falcon though. Chaos Space Marines can't do much about that. Some good weaponry on this thing. Also allows it to reinforce and transport allied infantry. Took a model off those fellas. Meanwhile, east side, more Doom Bolts been used pretty damn well so far by Corona Chan. Can they bring enough pew pew? Can the Banshees find a way in here? They got rid of their Havocs, or one of them. Still one back here. Plague Marines on the field for Zeno. Yazoul Samaiel, the last player to go tier 2. is floating quite a lot, it seems like. Eldar are on the VP west side. 428 to 345 there are your Plague Marines with their snaring missile launcher and 2,000 hit points on 3 models. They actually killed... Was that a missile launcher kill on those Dire Avengers, or was that just the bolter fire? Got the decap, did the Eldar. Those guys kind of standing out of cover, just asking to be grenaded there. Fire Dragons on the field for Corr. Can do some cool stuff with the Warp Spider's Cracked Shot Global, which improves range and I think damage too. Got the Power Blades here. Makes him pretty scary when he teleports in to tie things up like this. These guys have the Mark of Khorne autocannon, but they're taking big chunks of damage from that Warp Spider's melee now, as you saw there. Falcon coming to help, maybe. Heretics going in for a little bit of a suicide run. Got the fire dragons out of there. Oh, what is this? Heretics being caught by Banshees. And they wipe. Lots of ranged firepower going in there too. Warp Spider doing a fantastic job in the back lines here. Does need to run away now and goes down. Why did I say was doing a fantastic job? The Curse of Indrid strikes. Here is a Chaos Dreadnought. That default auto cannon doing some decent damage to the Falcon there. Needs to be careful though, because those Banshees have a heavy melee weapon and the Falcon can shoot it down a bit too. We've got Dark Reapers on the field for Taneli. Good damage output against heavy and super heavy infantry. Can also suppress with their pinning fire. Pumping out some damage on those CSM. Warlock ties them up. He's level 2. What else we got in terms of levels? Level 1 Sorcerer now has the Robes of Torment. Chaos Lord level 3. And a level 3 Plague Champion with Fetid Armor and Mucus Discharge. I think they are going to take down this Warlock here. The damage over time of the Plague Marines and that Combi Flamer. Yep, down he goes. Dark Reaper's doing some work though. Look at this. I mean, heroes are also vulnerable to plasma weapons and stuff. Autarch being dropped in here. Spreading those stunning grenades around. Heretics worshipping in a little corner there. There's the Autarch. Support sub-commander for Eldar. Really fast and can support with damage buffs and a heal on leap. She's also got this passive damage resistance aura, which really helps out Banshees in tier 2. Kind of thing really adds up. That was the Chains of Torment from the Robes of Torment there. If you target that central mass, the chains disappear. So it does put a little bit of micro pressure on your opponent, not to mention just mess with this stuff in general. 404 to 312. Autarch needs to be careful. So often we see her called in and she like gets into trouble because she's so mobile and then goes down. I don't think these Banshees are going to make it, you guys. Heretics in retreat path, take them down. So much for the Autarch really helping out the Banshees. So kicking off big time on the west side. Fire Dragons dealt with. We have a Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Dreadnought with that missile launcher. Big chunks of damage to that Falcon. There's a Noxious Cloud from Yazoul. Plague Champions Global Bar. You need to manually move around the Noxious Cloud, which they haven't bothered to do. Sent everything in retreat anyway. I don't think it would have caught it in retreat. 384 to 312. And the Chaos Space Marines are going to get a 2-to-1 cap here. Chaos Lord goes for the central power. Plague Marines... No, Plague Marines are going to get it? Nobody's going to get it. I think they are. They were confused about their own pathing for a second. Chaos Lord going for the wreck point maybe over there. They're trying to grab these two contested wreck points. They can make a big difference over the course of the game. Here's the Warp Spider though. Says no. The Plague Champion heals himself. Trying some left hooks, but not doing a lot of damage over there. East side. A bunch of Tzeentch worship Doom Bolts flying in. Those guys shouldn't have moved. They were in heavy cover there. Cover does affect the damage of the Doom Bolts. Big spiritual rights heal though. Healed them up. And Armor of Fortune is in play. Those guys did okay in that cover there. They themselves are suppressed, and there is a las cannon, which is why Endor is not pushing with the Falcon right now. West side kicking off again. Our Avengers moving up, suggesting they want to chuck some grenades. There we go. Energy goes down, grenade goes out. Boom. And I think, was that pinning fire that suppressed those heretics for a second there? It might have been. Oh, maybe not. Dark Reapers don't have the upgrade. I think they need the upgrade for it. 384 to 270. We now have Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines. They can really pump out some ranged damage versus infantry. More effective against heavy and super heavy. Which is generally what they are purchased for, since it's not a cheap upgrade. They will do a lot of damage to Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers are heavy infantry. Also a lot versus the enemy heroes, of course. 377 to 270. 2-to-1 cap here for the Eldar. Don't know if they can hold on to this west side, though. The Falcon's done a lot of work for Taneli. They're in tier 3, so we see the energy field upgrade for the Falcon being chased by a Dreadnought. Shield is down, and here come Plague Marines. Can they get a shot? Oh, they can't. Too slow. Can the Dreadnought just do it by itself? Not the most accurate when it's moving there. We do have a Chaos Predator on the west side from Zeno. We have a D cannon also for Taneli. There it is. Massive range, as you can see. Has the awesome Singularity ability, which is fantastic disruption. Some of the best in the game. Frenzied Barrage and a Noxus Cloud. But the Dreadnought did go down. Fire Dragon's got it done, I guess. They duck inside of the webway. Meanwhile, east side, Eldar pushing through. Endor found a way through the double Havocs. In fact, no, I thought the last cannon was down, but it's just retreating off there. There's Chains of Torment again, 372 to 256. Single cap for Chaos. Here comes the Great Unclean One for Corona-chan. Yazoul, the last player to go tier 3. Just hit it there. Now what are they going to do with the Great Unclean One though? Is it going to stamp its way over to the west side from Corona-chan? Look at this. Autark is on the VP. They need to do a lot of this, Eldar. Such mobile units take the full advantage. Warp Spider Exarch is still down. Oh, he's over there. Still over there. Eldritch on the tank. I often say using a nuke to destroy one tank is worth it, and I stand by that. Those Rangers went down. So I think that was a good nuke there. Also got some more kills on some infantry and stuff, making it even more worthwhile. Lots of firepower. That's a Singularity. That might wipe out those CSM, and it does. Ouch. Couple of good plays from the Eldar. Really messed up Zeno. Is getting another tank up. Can they recover from that? Great Unclean One's going to hit the field soon. Eldar needs to grab this VP and stabilize this side. Those guys aren't capping. 358 to 249. There they go. Is the D cannon still here? D cannon is still here. And this is a Warlock Shrine, so it can heal a bit. Falcon's level 2. Oh, this is Endor's Falcon, going for an energy field on it. They also have a Fire Prism. Long range fire support, can be quite vulnerable if some serious anti-vehicle gets on it, especially on rear armor. But if you can keep it at maximum range, can do some real work for you. There's those D cannon shots over there. That's a webway. Yeah, I was going to say, those guys must be close enough to see it. They are shooting it down a bit. Here is that Great Unclean One then. Super unit for Chaos. Passively damages nearby enemies. Has some nasty abilities too. Quite powerful in straight up melee combat, as you might expect. Over 6,000 hit points of super heavy infantry armor. So stuff like Fire Dragons and Dark Creepers will do a lot of damage to it. Can also shoot it down with anti-vehicle weapons, but raw DPS, usually better to use plasma and stuff if you can. Fire Dragon's being shut down by the sonic blaster of those Noise Marines there. But then they almost immediately died, the Noise Marines. Fire Dragon's being chased. Here's the second tank from Zeno. This one is the Mark of Nurgle. It's a tough old tank. 323 to 249. I feel like the Eldar have the momentum on this west side, but things can change so fast. Look how far up the D cannon went. What's it doing? It's retreating, that's what it's doing. It's a long retreat for that guy. Level 3 Havocs there with the heavy bolter. Meanwhile, east side, Corona-chan uses the Great Unclean One to push through. Bashing power very inefficiently here. Doom bolts. Those guys not in cover, so they took a big hit. Oh, Sorcerer runs away. I think he could have stayed in play there, buddy. Maybe he was worried about the Rangers getting shots in. Chaos Lord was maybe looking for the VP and is persuaded to leave by Dark Creeper's fire. And Falcon too. Runs away. West side. Oh, turning blue. Fire Prism should be able to stop the cap there. No. Apparently not. There we go. It was decapped though. Dark Creepers up for Endor now. Taneli got some more. 3 Dark Creepers on the field. They will do some good work against the Great Unclean One. Last Master Noise Marine setting up for a big old shot. Almost took out those Fire Dragons there. Meanwhile, massive chunk of Eldar on this east side, putting some pressure on the Great Unclean One. Las Cannon's getting shots on that Falcon. Needs to move. There's a big cloud of flies there. Great and Clean taking tons of damage though. Holy crap. Dark Reaper is doing some work. Fire Prism getting us really long range shots in too. Warlock's going after it with the damage of a time. Might go down on retreat. No, it's going to be okay. Oh, big nuke. That's a nuke from Yazoul Samaiel. Took down, I think it was a D-cannon it took down. Shuriken gets away. Rangers being dragged into the abyss. But they made it out. That guy was far enough away. Grand Team will now heal up at base, and Chaos are holding the west side since they were basically 2v1 against Corr here, who has some Seer Council. Squad of Warlocks with Witchblades, power melee Witchblades that is. They can jump on you and smack you up pretty good. Also provide a nice passive range resistance bonus aura. Plague Marines going for the VP. Falcon's going to try and stop him, messing him around so they can't get a shot. Looks like they are giving up maybe. Kicking off on the west side. We'll see what the Seer Council can do. What are they going to go for here? The CSM would be a really good choice. Look at that disruption. And they're going to do so much damage. Can they even get away from him, in fact? They can't. Heretics did not break worship to Doomblast there. Big mistake. Could have saved those CSM. Good kill of the week from the Chaos Lord. Seer Council soaking up tons of damage, but they took a hell of a lot. There's a lot of reinforcement to do on those guys. Are they even going to get away with 2 models? That's really lucky. 2 models on 82 hit points. Here we see crack shot on the Dire Avengers there. From the Warp Spiders Global Bar. 288 to 191. Kicking off in the mid. A big Chains of Torment. And then a nuke. Oh boy. Holy crap. That was a lot of dead infantry. I don't think anything wiped, but it might have. Maybe some Dire Avengers wiped, I think. It was a satisfying nuke though. 288 to 175. Chaos have the 2-1. They've recovered quite well. Great and Clean has taken so much damage for them. Zeno recovered with a couple of tanks. Yazoul now with a Land Raider Phobos on the way. Rangers now for Taneli. Very late game Rangers. Seer Council getting on the Las Cannon Havocs and doing outrageous amounts of damage to them. Can they wipe them out? They might be able to. No, they got suppressed. Suppressed by the Heretics there. Those are whose? Those are Endor's Seer Council. Are they going to get away even? No, they're not. The big old Nurgly Vomit finishes them off. 288 to 151. West side action now. 5 dragons going at it. Another Eldritch. Might wipe out those Noise Marines. It looks like they have survived. Oh, they got knocked into a Plague Champion Breath of Nurgle heal. That was quite lucky for those guys. Is that another one? That is another one. Oh, that's a completely wasted nuke there. Not sure who that was, but that is a wasted nuke. 288 to 136. That nuke might have cost them the game, the Eldar. Land Raider Phobos is on the way. 3/4 of the way done. Another tank for Zeno. Eldar are still in this. They push back the Great and Clean one again. Oh, Plague Marines are getting shots. Falcon might go down. Level 3 Falcon with a shield. Well, that's Fortune. The Farseer put Fortune on it. Help keep it alive. Not sure if it made a difference, but quick thinking there from Endor. Chaos Lord is persuaded to leave. Got no other war gear, this guy's level 6 though. Done some good work. 288 to 112. Some very brave Seer Council fellas trying to get a decap here. They're taking so much damage from these 2 tanks, these 2 noble tanks. They made it away. They did make it away. The noble tanks have been nerfed somewhat in 295. Less health regen, I think. Maybe something else too. It's a good Eldritch. Good Eldritch. I mean, typically Eldritch is targeted on vehicles, but it can really mess up infantry too. Here's the Land Raider Phobos now. Bad news for that Fire Prism. Those side-sponsored twin-linked las cannons do not mess around. Got a twin-linked heavy bolter on top, also a storm combi bolter on top, whatever that's called. Fire Prism goes down. This one is barely functioning. 12 hit points. He's just powering through with it. Going after that fire prism. Needs to keep it moving. Needs to keep that moving, does Endor. Trying to get repairs in. There's the Dirge Caster. Oh, down he goes. Are they going to throw away this Phobos to take down 3 Eldar vehicles? The Falcon is trying to get away. Oh, it's come back for a fight. Look how much it's holding up all these Eldar units though. 288 to 93. Looks like they are going to get the Phobos down. There's a nuke from Yazoul Samaiel. The Falcon does survive it. Great and Clean One moving in. Are they overextending here a bit, the Chaos Space Marines? Back, says Corona Chan. I'd have to agree. Why would you push the natural VP here with the Great and Clean One? Maybe Corona can teleport it out? Chaos Lord being a nuisance. Might have been enough of a distraction there to get this Great and Clean One away safely. I feel like if the Dark Creepers kept on it, they would have finished it off. Plague Marines trying to bash. Level 3 Plague Marines for Zeno. Corr is busted up a bit here, down to just 3 units, and 2 of them are tier 1 units. Warp Spider's down. Warlock is down. Oh! Here's another Land Raider Phobos. Did it get teleported away? Wow. I thought I saw it destroyed. Zinch tricks on my eyes. 288 to 65. That Land Raider did indeed survive and is getting repaired like crazy now. That was a good shot, wasn't it? Wow. It killed like 7 models, I think. I think the Eldar are done for. How do they push against triple Nurgle Predators on this west side? GG, they say. Can't believe that Phobos got away. Look how quickly they repaired it. I thought I saw it literally explode, but as you can see, there's no remains over here. Oh, that was it. That was a concede. The Eldar concede. They gave it a hell of a good go. I thought they had it at one point, but really strong recovery from Zeno. Just got the tanks rolling and used them really well. Let's look at these heroes. Level 4 Sorcerer did have the Rod of Warp fight at the end. Chaos Lord is level 7. Had a bunch of fun running around with his Combat Flamer, didn't he? Plague Champion level 6. We had a level 6 Warp Spider. Had those Power Blades. Did some good work with them. Level 3 Warlock. Died on a nuke, it seems like. And Endor's Farseer level 6. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part. And, of course, Impregnable for hosting the event. I'll see you next time.